Good morning, Red Crew. Welcome back. Hopefully, all are doing well today. Nothing too much going on. Didn't really get our move up yesterday that we were talking about, so didn't really take any trades. Just kind of sat around most of the day. Nothing too much happening today. We're actually almost back down at that low that we had yesterday during the stream, so really have not moved a whole lot, if even really moved at all. Kind of went up, kind of went down. Nothing too crazy. Kind of just, same old, same old. So, like we said, that's a lot of it is just because how the charts are right now. The longer time frames and stuff are looking more to that downside, whereas just the shorter time frames are trying to flip around, and really everything is starting to flip around. It's just slow, and it takes time. Market's kind of hitting the bottom here, at least from RTA. Does that mean it can go farther? No, but we are starting to see a bottom here, starting to see it flip to the downside. So we just haven't gotten anything really. We got some cool stuff to show you though here on the live. Some cool new features on our website, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll say hi to everybody, and then we'll kind of jump in and see what we got for today. Looks like we got Terry on here, so welcome Terry. Welcome Spirit Maker. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Thanks for joining our live stream and checking us out. Hopefully it'll be a little more interesting. It's not looking too promising, like we said. And maybe we'll get some more people joining as we go on. But yeah, pretty boring day yesterday. Just a lot of sideways chop. We'll have a full-on recap, kind of going over it, talking about a little bit more of the weather and stuff like that. Maybe a little more advanced range, I guess, on there. So if you want to check that out, go on, and at 10 o'clock you'll check out YouTube, and we'll have that posted on there. Yeah, and I mean, we have a whole series on that covering pretty much every day, except for the weekends. We'll just bunch together just because they're not a whole lot of movement, there's not a whole lot happening. It's just kind of more or less one day of price action. There's just really nothing happening, no trades or anything like that. Sometimes there are trades on Sunday and Saturday, but just not consistently, not enough to actually take the trades. Yeah. Well, but yeah, check those out if you haven't already. And like I said, those do come out every day at 10. Every day except for, I believe Sunday. We don't have one. And then Monday will be the recap. Like the one that comes out on Monday will be kind of the weekend recap. So, yeah, pretty much 6 days a week. We got one of those recaps coming out, full of TA, full of just analysis of the market, full of learning or teaching. I don't even know what you'd call it. I'm just full of knowledge, I guess. So check them out. They're great. Spirit Maker actually runs those, so if you want to check those out, yeah, go ahead. Please do. All right, so yeah, we got our charts here. Like we said, they're about flat. Nothing really happened. We kind of just ranged the whole day, ranged and went sideways. So as far as price action goes or trades goes, there wasn't really no trades or anything like that yesterday. As for today, we'll see how it goes. We're actually going to show you our new thing on our website. We'll see what it says, see what it thinks about today, and we'll see if it thinks we can find anything. So we're just going to head on right on over there to our Kubota website here, and you can see it's all pulled up. This is our normal session control. You see it every day. We got a we got some different assets here that you can use. Bitcoin is our main one, so that's the one that we'll be using on the stream and talking about. There's also a couple of more like eSol, XRP, just a couple of different ones like that. So if you're interested in signing up for our site, you can go ahead and check that out. Maybe change up some coins, see what you can find on there. Typically, the main rule of thumb is when Bitcoin's kind of running or about to run, that's when you'll see the alts run. And so, you know, on average, the alts are not going to run really unless Bitcoin is. And since we know Bitcoin's kind of sideways grinding, there's not going to be a whole lot of alt action just in the near future, I guess. Could they run? Yeah, I mean, there's always what we call honey badgers, which is basically just a chart that doesn't care and it just keeps going or starts running however it wants to. So if it's trying to go up, it'll just go up, and it won't matter what if Bitcoin's going down or if Bitcoin's going sideways, it won't matter. The chart will just go up. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea there behind honey badgers. But more than likely, you're going to just get a lot of sideways price action or charts just kind of following BTC, possibly even like going down just because BTC is still in that down trend like cycle on the longer trades. But yeah, we're going to get our line set up on here first, and then we'll show you our new thing. So we're going to go ahead and hit initiate calibration. And the other thing too is you can change the target session here. We're using the New York Future session just because that's the one that we're on, and that's the one that our live stream is going to be on. You can see the different timelines here. So basically it will be calibrating at 7:30 to 8, kind of reading the different candles, and then by 8 the initiate calibration will be ready, and we can go ahead and hit it. And then we got until 3:30 before that kind of those lines kind of play out. So we got our different lines on here. I already hit the buttons, so they're all populated. We got our daily resistance, breakout trigger, breakdown trigger, and daily support. Daily resistance, daily support, really all of them are actually support and resistance levels that we trade off of. The different triggers are kind of more or less the levels that we're looking for price action to break that day. And then the daily resistance and daily support kind of help us tell kind of how the day is going to be based off of the breakdown and breakout triggers. So they're all kind of support and resistance. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a price at the chart, a price on the chart in which the price action will kind of slow down or turn around or even reject off of, or just, you know, break through. But typically it's some kind of area on the chart where you'll see some resistance in price action. So price might be coming down like really hard and then stop at one level. That's where the support and resistance is. And we use math on ours, but you can actually use a couple different ways of kind of putting it on a chart. You could just kind of find different highs that all kind of are in the same area, and that could be a support and resistance. You could do the same thing with lows. I don't know, there's a couple of different things. For us though, we're using math, so I would argue they're a little more accurate. However, you know, it's to each his own. It's just kind of depends on how you're looking to trade, or really what your system is for trading. So for our system, the math is better, but it really depends on your system. So now that we got these on here though, if you have our indicators, which are right up here in this indicators tab, you can go ahead and hit copy indicator data and then go back to our chart here. Oops. And once we have our chart open, we'll just open up this settings here and go to our settings on our Kubota indicator. This one is actually not on our site yet, but it'll be the Kubota BattleBox command renderer. That'll be the one that you'll want on your chart, and then you'll just hit the settings tab and paste the data string into it. This one here that I have is actually a newer version that we're working on, and yeah, we're still kind of developing it. Basically, the main thing that it's going to add is just these predator lines, which is our more advanced system that we're developing. So you can see our predator lines on here already. These are for yesterday though, so we'll have to wait until 8:45 to see those populate on our chart now. So yeah, we got those on there though, and now our new lines are on there, so you can easily see all those. We got a nice decent gap on the upside. Anything good? I don't know. It doesn't look too great, but it is a gap. You know, we got a, let's see, 0.9 gap, so almost a 1% gap. So pretty crazy. A little bit more. Let's see. 1% would be right there, so really not too far away. And then down below we got really nothing of a gap, so nothing really to worry about. 0.25, not anything we would want to be trading. So we'll see about the upside. There's a possibility there. Will it run up super high? Probably not, but there's a possibility. I guess you could take it up to the daily resistance there. So we'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and check out our new thing now. So we'll head on over to Rota. And a new thing on our website is this market radar. So we've been working on this a while. We've been kind of back testing it, checking it out, running it through its paces as much as we can. Yeah, and I mean, it seems to work pretty great. Basically what it does is measures the distance between the lines and stuff like that, and then you know, some other factors, and then it kind of gives you more of an accurate prediction kind of what price action is going to be like today based off of how we're trying to run our system. And so we'll check that out. So it looks like today it's saying that Solana is looking to do a jailbreak trade to the downside. So that's why it says bearish over here. And we can check this one out just to show you how it works. Will it run? Probably not, because like I said, you know, Solana's an alt, and you got BTC really not doing anything. Even on here, it shows that we're in this zone chop area. We're not looking to really move or do anything crazy today. And that's kind of what we were calling out a second ago, but that's what it shows on here. So yeah, we'll check out Solana, kind of set it up, see what maybe we can find on there. So we'll head back to session control, go to Solana, initiate the calibration, and we can copy our indicator data from here and head back to our charts with Solana open. So we got Solana open now. I'm going to go ahead and take these off of my chart. And this is these are our new lines now. So we got a decent gap to the upside here on Solana. To the downside, we got a really big gap. We got, let's see, probably 1 point something, I'm guessing, because that's what we saw on the radar, 1.95. So if we head back to our radar here, yeah, it's showing that there, 1.95% jailbreak trade. So now that we have this open, basically what you can do is you can actually copy some different things here. One of these is for our GPT. You can go ahead. Actually, I think it's for our new gym that we're working on. So not too usable to you guys quite yet, but you'll be able to copy it, basically the whole trade data from like right there, or full session data, and kind of see like what's going on there. And then here you can copy your indicator data. So on the stuff that I just did, you can just go ahead and copy it right there. Once we hit lock target, it'll pop open a screen like this. Over here on the right, you can see kind of, well, it's behind me, but you can kind of see over here on the right some different targets for today, position size, and this is all based off of how we're looking to, oh, Maker says there's an update to the GPT coming soon. So this is all though just basically the trade, and it's all based off of our system. So how we we figure out all the levels, how we look for different targets, stuff like that. It's all based off of that. So all of these are pretty much to the T accurate on how we would set up the chart and how we would throw the targets on there. Again, this is all just for educational purposes only, but this is what's thrown on there on the chart. You've got your stop loss where you should enter at. If you want your position size, you can go over here to this and change your account balance. So if you only have a $500 account and you want to trade at 10% risk on there, it'll tell you over here, and you can go ahead and just throw that position size into there. You want to double check for sure, just because you always do, but that's the cool part about this. And yeah, that's kind of where it is. So the cool thing is, and I can do this with our other indicator, but this is also for a different indicator. You'll just hit copy trade key, and then when we go back to here and open up this indicator, we can paste the trade key in there, and it'll populate with our trade for today on there. And that's kind of what we're looking at for Solana. That's the idea. These are the targets that it gave. So we got target 1, target 2, target 3. You got your stop up here, entry right here. So yeah, overall a pretty nifty little thing. That's what we're kind of setting up and building on here. And yeah, that's kind of how you use it. So almost makes it a little too easy. All you really have to do is just kind of look at the chart, and you still need to be a trader. You still need to make sure you do your own research, make sure you're being smart with how you're jumping in, make sure your position size is the right, and all of that kind of stuff. It's really just there to kind of help and guide you. It's not there to be any kind of like trade for you or anything like that. But yeah, it is really cool. That's what we've been working on over the past couple of weeks. And the real like big thing about this, and really with our system, is just that when price actually starts to move, it'll be so much nicer. Like all of these will start to have some bigger trades. You'll start to see some more bigger moves. We're also working on building some different PDFs and stuff to go on the site, as well as some videos, stuff like that, to kind of explain all of this and kind of run you through it. So if you're ever confused, you can just head over to a different section on our site and be able to look at the video on, well, how do I do this, or like what do I click on, what do I do with blah blah blah, what even is a jailbreak versus I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what they think as we jump into it. Sorry, we got kind of distracted. Yeah. So yeah, we'll kind of be building this out. It'll keep getting better and better. But yeah, if you want to check out our website, it's kabroda.com, KABRODA.com. That's our website. It will have all this stuff on there. It's actually, we just raised the bar again. We had it free for a little bit, but now we are back to $29.99 a month. So, well, we're actually a lot cheaper than we used to be. We used to be at $89 something a month. Now we're at $29.99. So, if you want to jump on and join us, it's just $29.99 a month, and you could be using all of this stuff. It comes with our indicators, with our market radar, comes with our operating suite, session controls on there. The only thing that you won't see on yours that's on mine is this admin button. That's just basically for some of the stuff we're working on, so we can test it out and check it out. But yeah, main thing today is that market radar that we got on there. Like I said, you can see though that the trade for today is not too great on BTC. So we're not really looking for anything specific. We're just kind of really not doing really anything for the market. Just kind of hanging out, sitting around. Honestly, just kind of waiting for price to kind of move. Yeah. We'll see. There is a possibility. So the one thing to note about this system is that the main thing that is going to keep on track for you is that it's going to run with the wind at your back, basically. So if the wind is blowing bearish, then that's the way we're going to be heading towards for our market radar. So right now, you know, the weekly and stuff like that are all more bearish looking still. Starting to flip, but we are looking more bearish still. So overall, the indicator, the market radar is basically going to be running for more of that bearish sentiment. So even if there is a possibility of an up trade, we're going to be running for more of that bearish sentiment. And you know, you might be like, oh man, that's dumb, because you're going to miss out on some of the up trades. And, you know, we kind of thought about that. We kind of looked into it. We actually tested it quite a bit. It's actually a lot better to kind of stick with whatever the settlement of the market is than to kind of jump in to some of those longs, because there might be a long, it might set up, but, or short or whatever, like whatever's against the trend of the time. But it might be there, it might set up, but more than likely you're going to see it not run very high, or it's going to turn around and break down, and you're not really going to get much out of it. Or it, you know, it might even do like a little fake out breakout type thing on you. So will you miss out on some trades? Yes, absolutely. There'll be some that you won't be able to jump into just because of the weekly and stuff being bearish, but overall you actually end up making more just because you're staying out of the ones that aren't really in your favor, I guess. Basically the way that you'd want to look at it is kind of like there's odds for each trade that you take, and if you're trying to take something that doesn't have the wind at your back, you're basically just down on some of those odds, because like instead of maybe 80% chance of winning, now you only have a 40% chance just because you don't have that wind at your back. So basically what we're trying to do is set this up so it has the most high potential of getting the higher percentage trades all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of chop as we see switch. We'll kind of be, like I said, kind of just waiting. We want to see that weekly kind of turn and see some of that price action start to shift, and then really we'll be looking for the up trade. Yeah, last 2 weeks, a lot of chop, a lot of nothing really happening. Once we start to flip though, I'm thinking that we'll get a decent amount of up trades and some good ones at that. So we'll be on, the stream will be hitting a little bit harder. But yeah, for right now, really not a whole lot going on. Just a lot of sideways, a lot of nothing. And that's just kind of how the market is, you know, until we start to get, wow, I have a lot of stuff on here. We start to show some movement there. Helps look at higher time frames and understand key levels. Yeah, it does. And that's another thing we're kind of working on, is some of the higher time frame kind of indicator and stuff like that. That's here in our investment tab. You can see we got our crypto winner line there. We're kind of running sideways under it. See if we get the break of it. Yeah, help keep your mind clear and ready to trade. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to see what price action does, see how price kind of behaves in the coming weeks, and well, hopefully in the coming week. But yeah, we really want to see that price action kind of flip here on the weekly, and then we'll start to see some movement here on the longer time frames. We'll go to the 15. So basically today, like I said, there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, I would wait for the predator candle to kind of form, but really, like, there's not much of anything really happening. Like I said, there's a small possibility of that up trade. However, based off the last couple days, I wouldn't think it's that likely. Could it happen? Possibly. Let's see. How would that trade even be if we got it on there? So we'd have to take it here. We'd run it up to our stop. So really nothing. 0.7, not even a 1-to-1. It's all right. Nothing special. And I believe that would be the gap actually up to there. Let's see. Pretty close. I mean, we could break through a little bit more. That could make you a 1-to-1 if you went all the way up there. Would we? Maybe. I don't know. It's just not a great trade. Not a great kind of setup. Even if we did break up. And could you take it? Yeah, you could make some money off of it. Just the risk-reward ratio is not super great. 68,500 area. Yep. Yeah. 68. I would say 68,600 just with the candle, but yeah, I mean 68,500 is right on that resistance line. So more than likely, you're not even going to go past that, honestly. Even though the candle or the pull goes past that, and that's normally where the trade will kind of go when you get to breakout. But it's one of those. It's like, I don't know. It's just not great. It's not going to push it. It's not something that I would be super excited to take. So it's just kind of there, you know. If you want to mess around with it, maybe paper trade it, stuff like that. As for me though, I'll probably stay out of it. Really, there's nothing going on, so it's kind of more or less sit on your hands day, which I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing me say that after a while. You know, it's just kind of a lot of sitting on your hands days lately, like Sprintmaker kind of said. Just a lot of wait around, see what happens. We're right on the cusp of being either in more of a downtrend or flipping and going to the uptrend. Obviously, our opinion is more that we're going to flip and go to the uptrend. I mean, you look at the different indicators, that's kind of what we're saying with the Fear and Greed Index being like almost at, I believe, an all-time low of like 6 or something. I don't know what it is at now, but last couple weeks it's been at like 6. So crazy low there. So you got that. You got a lot of the resistance is kind of happening right here at the line that would kind of tell us where if we're going to break down into more of that crypto winter. If you don't know what crypto winter is, basically it's just the market on Bitcoin kind of goes in different stages. So you have like an up stage and then a down stage, up stage, down stage. They actually call those cycles. So it'll go up and then down, and that'll be one cycle, and then up and then down and then a cycle. And I believe we've had 4 of them now. Yeah, so yeah, basically the crypto winter is when you're down in the cycle is essentially what it is. So you'll have if it stays on this, and you know, there's a lot of debate on whether it will stay on this or we're going to flip off because more people are getting involved and stuff like that. But essentially, you go up for X amount of years, and then you go down for X amount of years. When you break into that crypto winter, that's when you're down for those X amount of years. So right now we're right on the line. You know, are we going to continue down, break down below this line here, and continue more into that crypto winter kind of section? Possibly. We did kind of come down and spike the golden pocket, and then now we're kind of sitting here on the side. So, you know, we're thinking more or less we're going to break up. Like we said, we'll see what happens. We'll see how Christ kind of plays out. But yes, like Spearmaker just said, we are playing with the crypto winner right now. So we'll see. We'll see which way price action actually takes us. But yeah, I guess that's really it for the stream. Kind of a short one. We really don't have anything else to look at. I mean, we could stay on and hang out, but there's really nothing going on. Just sideways price action. One of those days you just kind of turn off the computer and enjoy the rest of your life. Need to reclaim the 1 hour and 4 hour to start. Yeah. Spearmaker's probably talking about this 200. We need to come up and reclaim the 1 hour and the 4 hour 200s before we'll see the flip on the longer time frames. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like I was saying, there's really nothing going on. You can see our predator candle forming right now. Like I said, there's a small possibility we'll get that up trade. But will we continue to the will we continue that far up? No, not really. It's not really even worth it. We could throw it on there just so we have it. Tomorrow we can kind of check it out, see what happened to it. But yeah, nothing really crazy. Yeah, thanks for watching the stream though. We won't be doing this tomorrow, but starting next week we're going to be moving the streams to 8:30. Just so we've kind of found that a lot of times when the market's going to move, it typically moves around that. Well, it moves after 8:45, kind of after our predator candle sets up that we always watch for. So yeah, we just kind of want to make it a little more interesting for you all. So we want to be able to kind of jump in at 8:30, kind of get the market set up as the predator candle's forming, and then by the time it forms, we'll be ready to go, and we'll be ready to kind of watch, possibly hit some more trades that way, be able to see them more often. Yeah, just kind of be on more of the hot zone time rather than like right now we're kind of jumping on a little bit early, I guess, and then kind of trying to keep everybody entertained until the candle closes. Kind of like right now, you know, we just finished all of our stuff, and yeah, we just haven't been. I mean, we finished all of our stuff right now. The candle's still forming. You know, we got another 15 minutes or so before, or I guess 10, 12 minutes before that closes. So, you know, it's not the worst thing. It's just, it could take some time. So, yeah. Overall, just thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out and seeing the stream. We will be moving that next week. So tomorrow still 8 a.m. but next week we're gonna be moving to that 8:30 time slot. So yeah, just hopefully y'all can catch that. Maybe it'll make it a little easier for y'all. Just the times a little bit later. But yeah, thanks for coming. Check out that recap at 10. It's coming out. Kind of talking a little bit about yesterday and why it was sort of a trap day. But yeah, like I said, thank you, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Happy trading.